and welcome back to the Visionary VA podcast. Have you heard about the newest event on the VA conference circuit this year, the Manchester VA Conference, which is taking place on Wednesday, 6th of May in the heart of the city? If you have, then great. I hope that means I'm going to see you there. And if not, stay tuned because we're about to share everything you need to know about this exciting new event. I'm delighted today to be joined by the lovely Emma Price and Victoria Baker, who are the founders of the Manchester VA Conference, a one-day event designed to bring virtual assistants and online business managers together for connection, learning, and inspiration. After the closure of much other loved regional VA conferences, they saw an opportunity to create something new for the north of England, a welcoming, collaborative space focused on practical takeaways and meaningful conversations. Victoria runs Dream PA and Emma leads the Busy Bee, and together they're passionate about supporting the VA community and creating an event that helps business owners grow with confidence. Welcome both of you to the podcast, and thank you so much for taking the time to come and chat with me today.
Oh, thanks for having us.
So, ladies, can you share the background to what led you to start the Manchester VA Conference? When did you make the decision you were going to go for it, and how did you take it forward?
I don't remember when we decided, but I know we were sitting in my car. It wasn't a VA conference, but we had been to some networking event. We'd been somewhere.
Yeah.
And we were talking about how we were disappointed. Is that the right word to use? Yeah, we were disappointed that the Northwest VA conference that we'd booked to go on this year wasn't happening.
Mm-hmm.
And we were like, oh, there's not really anything much that we know about in the North. Maybe we could do something. And Emma was like, we could totally do something. Let's do something. So I was like, yeah, okay, let's do something. And then after that conversation, we didn't really do anything. And then we went to the Northeast VA conference, which, again, was brilliant. We loved it. It was just so good to meet up with other people. The speakers were great. It was really educational. We just loved it.
Yeah.
So we booked to go on that one again. And then, unfortunately, obviously that one isn't happening this year either. So that really gave us a push, I think, to actually pull our fingers out and do something. And we'd spoken to Gwen, hadn't we, while we were at NEVAC?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
So we had a chat with Gwen and Amy, who ran NEVAC for, I think it was about 3 years that they did it for.
Yeah.
And so while we was there, we had a chat with them about it, because we also didn't want to tread on anybody's toes or upset anybody, because it is, even though a large community, it's quite small up north.
Yeah.
So we had a good chat with them anyway, and we just said, this is what we're thinking of doing. There's nothing in the Northwest anymore. What do you think? So they were really supportive, really positive about it, and yeah, you should absolutely go for it, because there isn't any networking as such, or any sort of training program or anything like that up north for VAs or OBMs or anything like that. I think a lot of the business is down south.
Yeah.
So we just wanted to create a space that would give people up north that opportunity, and also people from the south are absolutely welcome. It would just be nice to have something up north that we could still attend and still learn and connect with other people. Yeah, we just decided to go for it.
Yeah, fantastic. And why do you think attending conferences and events is so important for other VAs and OBMs? I know you guys have mentioned that you get a lot out of it, but have you attended many events yourself on your own journey?
Yeah, quite a few. You're more of a networking butterfly than I am, really.
I like doing it.
You like an event. In my opinion, I just think it's invaluable when you are working mainly on your own, because obviously you've got clients, and I'm lucky my clients really make me feel part of their team, which is brilliant. But you are still on your own business, spend a lot of time in your own spare bedroom or wherever on your laptop. And it's just so nice to get out and meet people face to face that are doing the same thing that you're doing, that are facing the same challenges that you're facing, that are swap ideas. I don't know. It was so good to go to those other VA events and just think, oh, that's not just me, that happens too. Or just lots of tips from other people.
Yeah.
And also the educational element of the events that we went to was just so good.
Yeah, we learned a lot from them events as well. Not just from the speakers, but obviously from other VAs. So it was nice, and to actually meet VAs that you see a lot on social media, you actually saw them in person. So it was just like, oh, hello, yes, my name is Emma. I've seen you a lot, but we've connected, but I've never actually spoken to you.
Yeah.
So it was nice to actually meet people in person and have an initial conversation with people, and obviously continue that throughout the days that we were there and able to attend the events.
I couldn't agree more. I think it's such an important part of what we do. Having that network of other VAs is just invaluable. You never know when you're going to need to lean on someone for some advice about a tricky situation, or that you might need an associate recommendation, or you might have a client that's not quite a great fit for you that you want to pass on, or you're fully booked. Or there's just so many reasons that building that network is so important. And you can do it online to a degree, but there's nothing quite like sitting and nattering to someone over lunch or sharing that session with them. And like you say, picking up loads of little tidbits along the way. I think it is really, really important. So who would you say the conference is for? Have you got a particular audience in mind? And what would you say to anyone who might be feeling nervous about coming on their own?
No, it's not for anybody in particular. I think wherever you are in your VA business, or even if you've not started your VA business yet, but you're thinking about it, I think there'll be something for everybody. I don't think we have a specific sort of audience in mind other than obviously VAs and OBMs. You know, you don't have to be running a big business with lots of associates. You can be a one-man band. Like I say, not even started your VA journey yet.
Yeah.
And I think it will be useful for everyone.
I think it definitely is. I think even people that aren't a VA that are looking for a VA, it'd be ideal for them to attend the event, because the speakers that we've got, and it'll bring something to everybody's business, not necessarily just a VA and an OBM, do you know?
It's business advice, right? Yeah,
exactly. It's just a nice little journey to go on throughout the day. It'd be good for anybody with a small business or anyone that's looking for a VA or an OBM, and to see how they would fit into their business and what they have to offer. Because how many times do you get invited to a meeting of somebody that's thinking of having a VA but doesn't know what they need, and going through that in the meeting of what tasks you can complete for them, and why not be able to get into a room full of VAs?
Yeah.
You know, you can ask them all.
Perfect opportunity to suss out who you want. Yeah. And what do you think about people who might be nervous about coming on their own? That can definitely be something that's a little bit weighing on people's mind when they've not done this kind of thing before, particularly if they're early in their VA journey and think everybody else is streets ahead of them.
I think there's no need to be nervous at all. From my experience, it's a really friendly community. I don't think I've ever been anywhere and met other VAs and thought, oh, they're a bit up themselves or whatever. I just think it's all very friendly and not judgy, and everybody appreciates that they're doing this job for different reasons. Everybody's got a different why, but ultimately everybody's doing it to build a life that fits for them and that they want, and everybody's got the same challenges. We're not necessarily all in the same boat, but we're all in the same storm. And I just think it's just such a friendly community in my experience. So hopefully no one's had an opposite experience to that.
Yeah, no, I would agree. I've always found that with the events I've gone to, it is a really welcoming community. And I think it's always great to meet people who are early in their journey and feel like you can help them along their way. I was so appreciative of people doing that for me. I remember going to one of my first VA events. I think I was about 8 months pregnant. I was on mat leave and just thinking about my options, and I went along, and it really inspired me to think, yeah, I'm going to go for this. If these people are doing it, I can do it too.
Yeah, it is a nice feeling, like being inspired by other people.
Yeah, it definitely is. When we went to the Northwest conference, I was on mat leave with my third old. And it was, I think he was about 6 months old at the time, and I was in that position where I had a part-time job and I wanted to leave the job and grow my VA business, because when I first started it, it was just a bit of a side hustle, a bit of extra money, and it would fit in with my life, and it just grew, and which was great. But having that conference to go to meet other VAs to see what was possible, they're doing it and I can do it too. So I definitely left inspired and with that bit more knowledge to be able to push forward with where I wanted to go.
Yeah, definitely. So anyone on the fence, go for it. You'll be made to feel so welcome.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I've been privileged to have a sneak peek of the agenda, but can you share a bit more about the theme of the day and why you've chosen the session and speakers that you've got lined up?
Yeah.
One of you.
Yeah. We've got various speakers who are going to cover obviously different topics and stuff. And we've chosen them because obviously everybody's going to contribute towards that VA's journey or OBM's journey, and including our own. And they are inspiring speakers. A few of them we've heard before anyway, so we know the value that it's going to bring to people. We've got Litsa joining us. She's a strategic business coach. If that doesn't make you feel inspired to begin with, I don't know what will. So it's nice to hear from other people that aren't necessarily VAs how you can handle your business and what strategies you can put in place going forward. We also have Holly Danhauser, who is a money mindset coach. And we all don't talk about money because it's such a taboo subject, but we all want to talk about money, don't we?
Definitely. I love that this one's on the agenda because I do. I think it's something I'm really keen people talk about more and more. I think it's so important.
Yeah. I think people are sometimes embarrassed to say, why do you do this? Because for the money, because I want money.
Yeah. We're all there to get paid.
You want to get paid. We did think that's a really important topic. And Holly doesn't do like this is how to make a 6-figure business. Yeah. It's not that. It's more about understanding your own relationship with money and how to work on that to take your own business forward. I think we picked people that we would like to hear from.
Yeah, I think that as well. Like we've got Lara joining us. So Lara Smith does AI and automations. She's currently growing her business as well. And it's nice to hear from other VAs as well that are in that industry. And we know that AI is going to be a massive topic, isn't it? It's a hot topic right now. Everyone's talking about AI and what it can do for you. And if you're a VA that isn't using AI, it's going to take over your business. And it's not going to take over your business, other people's businesses and over us, but it needs to be implemented into a VA's role. And we need to know how to use it and how it's going to make things quicker and more effective and what power AI is actually going to bring to our role more than anything. And then we have you, Holly.
Yeah, I'm really excited to be joining you. I love these kind of events, and I'm going to be talking about confidence and owning your space and just helping people to really step up into those shoes, own their role and make their business whatever they want to of it. I think confidence is definitely a challenge for a lot of people. And I think people that, particularly when they're new in their journey, it can be a bit of an unknown territory, but I've seen people absolutely thrive and fly in their roles. Hopefully the more people we can encourage to take their businesses in that direction, the better.
Yeah, definitely. And then the most recent speaker that we've signed up, Abby, who is a social media expert. She's got a really good background in journalism, and I think was she in charge of social media for Manchester City?
I think so.
Yeah,
it was quite.
It's probably the wrong job title. It probably wasn't in charge of. She's had a really successful career prior to the career that she's now made for herself as a freelance social media expert. But she's all about finding the hook, how to make your social media more interesting so that you can grow your following and ultimately grow your business. And I've heard Abby speak before and she's really good. It'll be a nice, fun session, I think.
Yeah.
Really something to take away.
Fantastic. And I know it's something people really struggle with to get a grip on their social media. So I think that would be really helpful.
I could do social media for other people, but I really don't like talking about myself.
Oh, so for anyone that's thinking of coming along, obviously the agenda is sounding great, but any other particular highlights that they can expect from the event as well?
Lunch.
Good lunch is always important.
Good lunch. It's the whole community. We've got a few exhibitors. It's not a huge venue, but we've got 5 or 6 exhibitors. So there should be something for people to learn from there as well and make connections.
Yeah.
But I think the main highlight will be the community and the connections that people will make on the day.
Yeah. Yeah. Fantastic. And I know how much hard work goes into running these type of events. So huge kudos to both of you for taking the leap in doing this. But what have been the biggest challenges for you behind the scenes?
Time. time.
Yeah.
I think we thought, oh, it'd be great. We'll set up a website. We can get the tickets on not Eventbrite, but they are on Eventbrite, but on Ticket Tailor. So it was like, that's fine. We've done that. Now we need to do social media. We also need to have some speakers. We need to get organised.
There's a lot.
There's a lot that goes into it. I think even like the smallest details, like what's going in the goodie bags. It's just, there's a lot that goes on behind the scenes. You think, oh, you can have an initial meeting and then that's fine, it's a done deal, but it's not. Because then you've got contracts to send out and you need to have another follow-up meeting and you need to find out what session that person's delivering, and then you're going to target with your social media, and Vic does the majority of that because she's good.
Yeah, but it is a whole nother business to run, isn't it? Alongside the two businesses that you've already got and family life and all the other craziness we're part of. So yeah, it is
already time poor.
Yeah,
it wasn't necessarily a great idea. It's going all right. It's going all right. It is the time though. I think that is the biggest challenge.
And the fact that it's a brand new event, so it's a start-up event, and we're not well-known VAs, like we're small fry. But it's getting that following behind you as well. We are really lucky. The people that we have reached out to have been so supportive.
Yeah.
And if they're not joining us, they've wished us well, type of thing. So it's good. And a lot of people said, oh, yeah, if we can't attend this year, we're going to come next year. We know about it now. We're so pleased that you're doing something in the north, and there's nothing like this in the north. And so it's good. We've got that support.
Yeah.
Building it all from scratch.
Yeah.
It's a really hard slog, isn't it? Hopefully it will only get easier. And that's really good that you've already committed to next year as well before you've even done this one. So that's great.
We've had that discussion. It's happening.
It's happening. It's on. It's out there. I think once you said it publicly, that's it. There's no backing out.
It is happening.
Yeah, that's fantastic. And is there anything that you've uncovered in organising the conference that people might not even realise is a thing or might surprise anyone listening? Anything you've come up against?
A lot. Just can't pinpoint it. Lots of it.
I just don't think people do appreciate like the time that goes into it, do you know? And I don't think they understand the time that goes into it. Like I've just said, then it's having a meeting and then having another meeting and following up with another meeting, and then there's a contract. And,
there's a lot of steps.
Like, I didn't think about contracts before we started doing this. I didn't. It's them little things, even though you think, oh, that doesn't take long to do. Once it's initially set up, that's fine. But the setup of it, it's all the startup stuff. I think next year, obviously, we won't be having to do a brand new website and building that. It'll just need updating, which doesn't take 5 minutes. But people just don't appreciate the time that it does go into. I think it is a lot of work.
And we'll have that, hopefully have that following on.
Yeah, hopefully we'll have more of following.
Hopefully.
That's
next year rather than starting again.
Yeah, and you get that bit of word of mouth, don't you, as well, and people recommending to their friends to come along, and yeah. Oh, well, hopefully it's the start of something big. So just so by even putting on this event, you're making a great contribution to the VA community. Is there anything that you think in your position, either running the conference or with your hats on running your VA businesses, but do you think there's anything the wider VA industry still needs to improve on?
We were talking about this before.
Yeah.
The fact that the industry's not a regulated industry makes it hard. We could say, I'm really good at this, X, Y, Z.
Yeah.
But I might be really not good at it. There's nothing to prove to potential clients that you are good at what you say you're good at, that you can do what you say you can do, that there's no sort of regulated financial guidelines. It almost feels like it needs to be more of a recognised option as a career.
Yeah.
That sort of...
Yeah, it is tough, isn't it? Because there's a lot of us out there trying to run really professional businesses. And unfortunately, there are those few that then give the bad reputation and don't necessarily treat it in quite the same way.
Yeah, that's it. And I think, like, as well, we don't shout about it when we're good at stuff. Like, we are the behind the scenes, aren't we? That is the role. No one talks about who did the admin. It's not exactly the most exciting topic, is it? But we're excited about it.
Yeah.
We've done the admin, and no one stands at the sidelines cheering you on like they do with your football team, do they?
Same in corporate life though, isn't it? No one shouts about all the people in the background. Who gets the commission? It's the sales teams and marketing. They get the recognition, and then the people in the sort of background who actually
keep the wheels turning.
The business couldn't keep going without you. They're often overlooked. Yeah. It's like just, oh, what do you do? Oh, just do the admin.
Just do the admin.
And I think VAs need to get better at not saying, oh, I'm just a VA.
Not just anything. That phrase alone really upsets me, but it is a shame when people feel like that. And don't downplay what you're doing. This is a little bit about focusing on my topic. It is about owning your space and being proud of what you do and realizing, you know, how fundamental the role is that you play in businesses. It is keeping the show on the road. A lot of businesses would collapse if they didn't have the right people behind the scenes getting shit done.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly that. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. Thank you both so much for coming on and sharing so much valuable information today. I really hope people have got a little bit of insight into the event and will sign up and get their tickets. I'm going to be there. I'm so excited about meeting new people. It's always a great opportunity to make some new connections. And I love the networking piece and the good lunch. So that's always a highlight for me. But for anyone still looking to get their hands on a ticket, we'll make sure we share the link below. And of course, if you have any questions at all about the event, please do contact either Emma or Victoria. I'm sure they'll be happy to answer any questions you have. Thank you so much, ladies. And I look forward to seeing you in a few weeks' time. Thank you so much for tuning in to today's episode of the Visionary VA podcast. I'll be back with the next one on Thursday, the 7th of May. So make sure you follow or subscribe wherever you are listening so you don't miss the next one. If you're feeling inspired about meeting other VAs, then why not check out episode 19 from the archives, where we chat about the power of networking and building those all-important connections. I'll make sure we share the link below. And finally, if you are going to be in Manchester for the conference, or even if you're not, do come and join us for the first VA Handbook meetup, where we'll be getting together in real life on Tuesday, the 5th of May, the evening before the event. I would love to see as many of you there as possible. I'll add the info below so you can find out more. See you next time.